This would be good. A lot of people don't know what those markers are on the greenway.
So how are you not talking about putting that up, but
In the display
getting
case
something
there.
like that?
Yeah, something like that.
And where
I was
would you
gonna
put
ask-
it? Where would you put it?
In the display case. There's a
Yeah.
display case is at that parking lot right there.
Yeah, the display, okay. Okay, good, okay.
And I would get the art department at the high school. I think I've talked to her. I could probably get it a real nice one made by them.
Well, we will look into that, and I think it sounds like a great idea, so thank you.
Okay.
Yep, appreciate it, display case, okay, I like it. Okay, Mr. Don Max will come up, sir, state your name and address for the record, please.
Thank you, Mayor Williams. I am Don Maxwell, and my address is 456 Front Street, North Augusta. I have a couple of observations about Railroad Avenue because I use it all the time, and maybe you've seen it too. Just a couple opinions. One isn't more of an observation, one is an idea, I guess. I guess the first one is something I don't understand. I see a lot of events there, and I'm very happy to see the events at night, but I also see trucks crossing the sidewalk and parking where I don't think it's a parking lot, since the tires are digging up a hole there on the east side of the parking deck, and it looks like a hazard to me. I don't think if I had a truck, I'd drive it across the sidewalk where pedestrians are asked to walk, not in the street, but on the sidewalk. I don't know why they're allowed to park there. I know the city doesn't own it, so at any rate, I wonder, that may have been raised before. That's all I'm going to say about that. The other matter is something I've been seeing for some time. I consider it an area for improvement, and that is Lafayette Street has adequate parking that's not being used by the Brick Pond Park, except maybe during the day for a picnic. But Lafayette by the Brick Pond Park is very close to the dock on the Brick Ponds. It would be very easy to walk from parking space there, get to the dock, get to the area where people want to go, I think. But you can't walk from Lafayette to the boat dock area because there's so much trash piled up, which I know is not the city's land, but I assume that the lake is the city's land, and it wouldn't take much to have a little path there that people could use and park on Lafayette, take a few steps, and be where they want to go.
Tell me, I should know that, I'm drawing a blank about Lafayette.
well,
Where's Lafayette?
Okay, if you look at the parking deck for the hotel, immediately to the left is a little entrance that you can get around.
Yeah, that's called
That little entrance I wanted to bring up is treacherous. It's an accident waiting to be happen. I should know. I've been on it with my bicycle.
And that's what you call in Lafayette?
No, Lafayette is the street that winds around to Fulton, and it actually begins at about the Greenway or Front Street and crosses Railroad Avenue and then goes by the Brick Pond Park and ends on Fulton.
Okay.
And it's very
I
nice.
can't picture that, but anyway, okay.
But that little access to the area I'm talking about there where the dock is, yeah, you can go around the parking deck and get there, but if you're on a bicycle and you encounter a vehicle, somebody's got to give because there's only room for one vehicle, and a bicycle has to get out of the way, being me on one occasion, and you can't go to your right if you're entering because of the parking deck, and you can't really go to your left because there's a curb there. I don't know if that ever occurs to anybody, but that is not a suitable means for what I said, which is an opportunity to park on Lafayette and walk a few steps, if you could walk, if there wasn't so much piled up there.
Are you getting this? Jamie, you got that down? Okay. All right, thank you. Now, so you want to respond, David? Because you brought that up, and we are in the process of getting the chains and what we're trying to do.
Yes, I brought that up when the owner was here last time, that it's private property, what you're talking about, where they park. And he did commit to us that he's going to put some kind of chain or barrier up. So then with the signage, then public safety will have the ability to enforce no parking there. So until
So
that
we're-
private
so
property
we're gonna
is
get
taken
that
care of.
done, and then I still can't picture where you're talking about. I agree with you on the path, but I'm not sure what that looks like, but we'll look into that.
I think on the parking, he's talking about to the right of the parking deck, right there outside the traffic circle. You're talking about where they're crossing.
Center Avenue, oh, yeah, parking
Yeah.
for events, Center Avenue at Railroad.
Yeah.
Trucks are
Oh, yeah,
driving
no,
over the
I've
sidewalk.
seen it. I've
Over
seen
the
it
sidewalk.
there, and then the lot, partial G, they were parking all over that too. And like I say, I think the owner's aware of it and was going to take precautions to try to put a barrier up to, because eventually if that's developed, they're not gonna be able to park there.
Lafayette, that's the newer street? There's like one house built on it?
Yes.
Correctly, and so you're talking about street parking
think-
and then they walking on the sidewalk?
Right, that house
Over there.
is on Fulton probably, so
Okay.
there are no other streets, but it's a really good opportunity to park on Lafayette, and a few steps you'd be at the brick pond, and you could ride your bicycle on the gravel, but you can't get to it.
Okay.
Except that treacherous means beside the parking deck, which is treacherous.
And you're referencing there's a trash buildup currently there?
Just
Or
the initial clearing of the land was pushed
Got
up
it.
against the
Okay.
pond.
Got it.
The pond is a draw, and then there's trash pushed up against it.
Got it.
We'll look into
Understood.
that. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Okay, it is almost 5 till, so I want to thank the folks who came to the Public Power